I just got to musing about my shadow work, my trauma work, my awakening, my illumination to my oneness with God, God Source. And I'm trying to remember in what order this played out in me, whether I had the illumination of I am one with and as God, the Christ illumination before I started my trauma work or afterwards. I can't quite remember it exactly, but I think maybe it could have gone hand in hand, but maybe the illumination came first, because I had that quite early in my twin flame connection. All of a sudden, my soul realized its divine origin and connection to Source and as Source, as a fractal of Source. And then, after that, I was plunged into the dark night of the soul, or the ego death, where I had to confront my traumas, my triggers. And some people say that once you have your illumination to your God self, you can bypass your trauma work. You don't have to deal with the trauma. You can just essentially you can dissociate yourself from that aspect of your life and bypass everything to do with the human self, with the emotional self and the ego. And that will work. People are able to function in such dissociation. But personally, I'm not choosing that route. I want to integrate and unify my God consciousness with my human avatar, with my human self. Because even in that dissociation of saying I am not my body, there is a subtle, there can be a very subtle emotion, feeling of negativity towards the body. And while you may not consciously pick up on this, every cell in your body knows and feels the intent of your mind, of your bypassing mind. And some of us, when we say, I am not my body, which is true, we're not just the body, but we are also the body, in my opinion. When we say, I am not the body, an unconscious part of us is not accepting of the physicality. And so we bypass that and identify solely and purely with our energetic aspect. But like I say, the body can pick up on sentiments that our conscious mind may not be aware of. And one can create resistance and enmity within the physical body by emphasizing your spiritual self too much to the neglect of the body emotionally. So I like to strike a balance between the two. While I know I am not just the body, but for the period that I am here in physical manifestation, I want to include my body in in the integration of wholeness. I want to love my body as much as I love my spirit, and integrate both together in union, and not keep saying I'm not my body in a way that is disowning the body aspect. And the sentience of our cells, of every living cell in our body, what might they think about our what's the word about our disengaging, our disassociation from the physical. It probably has a negative effect in the long run. Anything that we do not channel the energy of love to is going to decay. So I am choosing to not speak in terms of I am not my body anymore. I want to channel love to my body also, because my body serves me so wonderfully every day. It deserves divine recognition. You know, we've been brought up not giving the body a whole lot of respect. But when you think about it, what it does for us every day is just amazing. And so my falling in love with my body, being aware of the beautiful service it provides for me every day, can only be beneficial to my health as I infuse my physical being with self-love and self-care. So I'm not sure if what I'm trying to say here is clear. Just to recap, I'm not making the mental distinction in my mind anymore that, oh, I'm only the higher self, I'm only the spirit. Only the spirit aspect of me is real. No, the physical aspect of me is very real also. It's just the realness in this small window of space and time, but it's still real. So I don't want to dissociate anymore and distinguish between what's real and what's illusion. Just because this physical manifestation is on a timeline of limited time span, doesn't mean it's illusion. It's just a shorter manifestation. So I want to be one in all aspects of who I am. And the illumination to the divine self certainly has helped a great deal. But it has helped me love the so-called illusion as well, and see myself present in the present manifestation. Rather than calling it an illusion, I call it presence. So I'm present in the real. My body at the moment is real. It's just on a limited time band. I am one whole being, and love is what holds me together, and I can only help my physical well-being by including that in the love. Including the higher self and the lower self and unifying them as one.